Prabhupada, we continue, speaks about spiritual life. There's one question. Although demigod worship is unauthorized, doesn't it amount to worship Krishna in the end? So, Vaishnava do not accept, by example, prasad from demigod, because they do not only accept Bhagavad prasad, and then they offer this to demigods, like we offer here to the Lord, and the Mahaprasad is offered afterwards to the Lord Shiva. The Bhagavad says on this, worship with true understanding by following the proper rules and regulation bears fruit. Unauthorized worship is useless. Lord Krishna is the undisputed emperor of the entire universe and of Vaikuntha. It is beyond the material universe. Therefore, no one can challenge him or place obstacles on the path of his enjoyment. In fact, everyone worships him. Some worship with understanding, and some worship without understanding. Those who worship without understanding accomplish nothing. Those who worship Ganesh, Surya or Durga, Krishna's shadow potency, because no one has an existence of Krishna. Because no one has an existence of Krishna, outside of Krishna. But since they are worshipping Krishna, they do not attain self-realization or knowledge of their relationship with the Lord. When they attain self-realization, they will understand that Krishna alone is their supreme master, that all living entities are his eternal servants. They will know service to Krishna is their eternal occupational duty. So worship of Krishna, the Lord of all, is the living entity's eternal duty. All the demigods are Lord Vishnu's servants. Therefore, it is their duty to follow the Lord's order. Those who, instead of recognizing the demigods as Lord Vishnu's servants, imagine them to be as good as or superior to Lord Vishnu, never become liberated. This is supported by the shloka, the first shloka of Paramasamhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Radhi Adiya Govinda Sarva Karana Koranam. It said, Ishvara Parama, the supreme, the first, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. So he is Sat, Chit, eternal, full of knowledge, full of ecstasy and Nanda, And Vigraha means he has a form. Of course, no material form, transcendental form. So he is the source of everything. So everything comes from him. So there are millions and millions and billions of universes. And in every universe there is Brahma, there is Shiva. So the energy of the Lord, they manage the universe. What is the duty of Lord Shiva mainly? The duty at the end, when the universe is temporary, everything material world is temporary, he started dancing. He's called Nataraja. And dancing so wild that the whole universe burns. It will be destroyed. So he is an empowered energy of the Lord. He is non-different from him actually. So, bringing to Swami Maharaj, he was astounded also. He did not know. Srila Maharaj told him about the position of Shiva. Shiva is a position in the management. So even a jiva can attain this high position and take the duty of Shiva. In the same way, Brahma, it is said even every one of us was original Brahma. He came through meditation, he got the order, a voice telling him, subtle, you create. And he created. We started creating the demigods. Started creating, and then one part of his creation, and he identified and he entered to a lower creature. So if Brahma or Shiva especially, if there's no qualified jiva who can take this position, then Supreme Lord himself, he takes this position. So he is very close to Supreme. He is a one energy of him. He is Vishnu Tattva, original. And it is called, he has his own planet in the transcendental world. It is called, there is called Sadhaka Shiva, the eternal form, expansion of the Lord, non-different from the Lord. So these are details. We can hear this in the Shastras, we can read this. So those who, instead of recognizing the demigods as Lord Vishnu, there's many temples in India, they worship this 5 gods: Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Durga or Kali, and one more, Panja, 5 demigods, and they consider all of them same. Now this is not authorized by the Shastra. This is not, those demigods means those who are reduced in the universe, manage to empower very pure, so they are servants of the Lord. They are not Lord himself. So it's even said that pure Vaishnava takes a higher position than the demigods. Because the pure Vaishnava, they have entrance into the transcendental plane. That is like, say, Sakshat Darit Vinasamasta Sastya Uktasta Dhabavya Devasat Hindu Papoya Priyavadasya. Your soul, Lord. Of course, demigods actually Lord Shiva. He has a very high position in this. And he is none different from the Lord. One and different. Achinja Beda Beda Tattva. The truth is different and in the same time is one with him. Is there on this point, is there any question? I am reading now this book from Babaji Maharaj, Vinod Babaji. He's a very pure soul, according to what I experienced. And he's explaining this on the project. He's not explaining, not speculating. They are shastric support, whatever he says. And it is explained like this. So Islam, the original religious principle, Srila Prabhupada says, Vaishnava religious principle. The ultimate occupational duty of all living entities. All are either supports of Vaishnava Dharma or perversions of it. When they are support, particular classes of transcendentalists will accept them. When they are rejected. So how if God worshippers worship Vishnu, as we spoke before, the five gods, including Vishnu. So Srila Prabhupada says on this, devotees have service. The fixity, there's a lack of unalloyed attention. There is certainly such a thing as adulterous or pseudo devotion or service. The five gods, they are not devotees of the Supreme Lord, but non-devotees. Lord Vishnu and the supreme controller of all. He is a including human beings and demigods. The demigods act simply as covering of Lord Vishnu's. They serve order suppliers. When the five god worshippers worship Vishnu in order to fulfill their material desire or attain liberation, they categorize. Thus Lord Vishnu remains covered. So they worship Vishnu gods on the same level. So for identity of Vishnu or Narayan, Krishna and so forth remains covered. They cannot, they put them down on this mundane conception, mundane understanding. Is on this point some question? What?
They became offense when they looked at Vishnu and demanding.
It is ignorance on this plane. Of course it is offensive. If they would know and do it anyway, then it is offensive. Then they will never understand. They will not come out from this circle of this birth and death, reincarnation, or coming again and again in this world. Because their desire is to become happy in this material world. But Vishnu is not belonging to this material world. For this he is engaging the demigods. They are also not gross matter. They are subtle personalities. Sun God, Surya, Chandra, Moon God, Vayu, and so many demigods. Everybody has his section, what he's managing or controlling. Portfolio. Yes, yes. But this all the positions, you know. Surya, Vayu, Indra. So sometimes Indra may be affected by illusion. Then some more devoted. They are all bhaktas of Vishnu. Otherwise you cannot act according to the desire of the Lord. He can take this position. So it is like the president of any country. President, the name is always the same, he is the president. But the position, the persons who occupy this or get voted, they are changing. Similar is also, it can be on the demigods level. And if they was to take a position, then the Lord himself takes this position until one becomes qualified to manage or to follow. These are all devotees, you know. It is in the Shastra Bhagavatam is said even Lord Shiva is the best devotee. Of course it is in this material universe maybe, but in the transcendental world there are more close relations. There's not God, He is my Lord, He is great and I am small and like this. But there are much more intimate, confidential relations in the transcendental plane. But for this we have to pass all these obstacles, or all this charming world, what we think, what is meant for us, for our enjoyment. All this has to die. It's very difficult. So then, when we see with these eyes, then we know where we are standing. Then, so that's because Srila Maharaj uses this tidal leaf. He means all these attachments we have in this world, our goals and attaining in this world, it's all is imagination, is illusion. Why not get it? According to your activities you performed. But if you attain all this, what you decide, you know, money and fame, name, and all kind of enjoyments, this is a curse. Then you think you are, I am so important, I am so special. If he takes away everything, then you get the blessings. This is the blessing of the Lord, but we are not ready. He will not take. But He will take one day. We cannot avoid. Then you try again next life. Is this? Could it be like this? What is the most essential activity of the living entities? Our most desirable object is remembrance of Hari. Our ability to remember Him will depend on our hearing and chanting. If we hear, we can chant. Remembrance will come automatically. We are in trouble. This mentality often produces taste for hearing Harikatha. Yes. When we get in troubles, there's either two ways we can go. We can go into the way of more troubles, more ignorance, get intoxicated and like this. Or we developed some days to get out of this troubles. Then hearing and chanting depends on our hearing and chanting. If we hear, we can chant. So remembrance will automatically come. We are in trouble. This mentality often produces taste for hearing Harikatha. While hearing Harikatha, chanting and remembering occur naturally. Whenever we glorify Hari, we remember Him. To develop a natural taste for the Lord is called total surrender. Radhanambaram Nashmad Parataram Devi Tatiyanam Smaracharanam. My dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend worship of demigods, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. However, above the worship of Lord Vishnu is rendering our service to Vaishnavas, who are related to Lord Vishnu. This is from Padma Purana. Purana, authorized scriptures. How many Puranas are there? 18. Yeah. So 6 of them are in the mood of ignorance. Meaning for beginners, tamasic, yes. Yes, there is suggested if you want to eat meat, okay. But you can do it, you have to take a goat, go in the forest where you are completely alone, that nobody hears the crying of the goat when you cut her throat. And before this lifetime I will kill you, next lifetime you can kill me. So this business we are risking, this business we are doing. This is one from the first 6 Puranas. And the second is Rajaguna. And the last 6 they are in the goodness. When we realize our lives will be successful, we associate with many sinful people every day. And this certainly increases our troubles. We must renounce bad association and drive on good association. Engaging in public service by giving up Krishna only yield temporary results. There's nowadays the thing, they're working in Caritas or feeding people in wherever and doing good to others. This is good, creates good karma, but it yields temporary results. It's not really making us, freeze us. Mundane welfare work does not award actual peace or even help the mind's restlessness to subside. If then only will we receive the association of the most sanctified devotees. We are constantly attracted to sense objects based on form, taste, smell, sound and touch. We must learn how to remain in the Lord's association. We have rendered public service for many birds. Animals also work hard for their fellow animals. As human beings, don't we deserve a promotion? Everything in this world is temporary and perishable. Have we ever discussed eternal objects? Have we ever talked about eternal objects? How can we? We have no experience of this. We can hear, but we put it down on our level. So much I can digest, so much I can understand. This form of life is that we can discuss life after death and eternal life. Hearing and chanting Harikatha is possible only in the human form of life. And such hearing and chanting is the only way to remember the Lord. We have no duty other than glorifying Hari. While we are that we must sing Hari's glories. Intelligent persons chant Krishna Katha, and fools engage in sense gratification, karma or jnana. The daughter of Vishapanu always chants Krishna's name, even though she is not different from Krishna. The daughter of Vishapanu is the just jewel among the intelligent. Similarly, Sri Gaurasundar is the original personality among intelligent persons. So what is renunciation? Renunciation means not to become attached to objects unrelated to the Lord, but to simply cultivate Krishna consciousness. If instead of this we become so, we'll find ourselves cheated, just as by cheating a blacksmith of iron, we cheat ourselves. Therefore, I advise you, whether you live at home or in the forest, simply cultivate Krishna consciousness. If you discuss Harikatha, your attachment for material objects will vanish automatically. Any question? I try it again every day, but
was said only the human form what can be enchanted. The holy name. Yesterday you were reading, I think it's also that like the example of Prabhu in the forest. All the other living entities also here benefit.
yeah. How is this going? Yes, he can make chant even a tree, because we are all spirit souls. But it doesn't mean when Mahaprabhu comes, he is not chanting lip deep. Lip deep means just externally. His chanting is non-different from Krishna, the super soul or the original soul. So he touches everyone and they chant. Because chanting is so powerful, but it doesn't mean they become devoted. They have their body, otherwise they would have left immediately after. But they have benefit for next life to get human form. And he passed by. Does not mean that the whole forest now becomes a temple, and all tigers and lions and deers and rabbits, whatever, they're meeting in the forest for kirtan, harikatha. This is an external understanding. They also did not chant the name, a tiger has no capacity to, and also not birds and trees. But his chanting, Mahaprabhu's chanting, was touching soul. So inside they heard and they chanted, and they are, just by hearing, he attracted them. They were experiencing the chanting. And what was the effect? That they did not see any more enemies around, like the tiger and the deer. They were chanting together, were peaceful together. Normally tiger, when he sees a deer, my lunch today. But then they were peaceful. But it is not when Mahaprabhu passed by. They again forget this body, tree body or animal body or human body. We forget very fast. Even if we hear the chanting of pure devotees, we chant, we are touched, everything is peaceful. But we turn around, and our mind goes out, everything is forgotten. It's very rare that someone experiences the purity or the effect of the name, of the holy name. We think peace and happiness and love, that they manifest in this material world, but it's not working here. Here is temporary world. It is not the world for enjoying. But this is to realize this is very difficult, because we are identified with body, country, family, all these things very deep in us. And we do not understand that nothing gets lost. We may like some, we may hate some here in this world, but they are also eternal living beings. So the Vaishnava, in reality, even if he get, there is this story of Tukaram, I think, was his name. I wrote it today. But he gave me from Vinod Baba. Tukaram, his preaching or his Harikatha was so attractive, and very near one Brahmana was living. He had also a few disciples. But they feel all attracted to Tukaram's Harikatha. So some of his disciples went to him. So he became angry and beat him. And then what did Tukaram, what was his reaction? And then what did I do wrong? Why did I offend him? I must go, must ask for forgiveness. It is my fault. I have to ask. Then he came with this attitude, please tell me what I did wrong. Then the Brahma also changed. And in this he came also to come and ask for forgiveness. This is Vaishnava. This is advancement. But in our world, in this world where we're living, it's not like this. He is the one I am suffering. This is the source of I am finding only fault. No, what I find is only my fault. I should always see I got the reaction of my past activities. So Vaishnava thinks like this. When you think like this, then you change. Many things change. Jai Srila Prabhupada Gurudeva ki jai. Nitai Gauru Pramananti Mansakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Pyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.